Good morning. We open the class of 2024 commencement exercises with an invocation offered by Oliver Goodrich, director of the Rachel Lord Center for Religious and Spiritual Life.
Good morning. In some religious traditions, it is customary for people to close their eyes during prayer and to focus their attention inward. And as we begin our invocation this morning, however, I want to invite you to do exactly the opposite. Let me briefly explain. Graduates, when you arrived on campus a few years ago, the idea of gathering in close quarters with people who were unmasked was unimaginable. But here we are today. We've come a long way. And to help us take in the meaning of this moment, I'd like to invite you to join me in an interactive prayer. Graduates, I invite you to take a moment silently and reverently to turn and scan this assembly and to take in the faces of each one gathered here to celebrate with you today. And as you take in their faces, take in their pride, take in their joy, take in their love for you and their commitment to your growth. And now I invite you to turn back and to close your eyes for just a moment and to take a moment to take pride in yourselves and delight in the strength and the perseverance that you have demonstrated during your time here. And it's in that spirit of perseverance that I pray, class of 2024, you didn't ask for the struggles and challenges that have defined your time at Bowdoin. You didn't ask for the pandemic, neither did you ask for the disruption, the disconnection, or the losses that shaped your college experience. You may not have chosen these circumstances, but you have chosen to respond to them with courage and compassion. Your presence here today at this commencement ceremony bears witness to the spirit of perseverance that has formed within you and that you will carry forward with you from this place. So too does the presence of the people gathered on this quad and watching online bear witness to the truth that you are loved and cared for, and that you are part of something so much larger than yourselves. So as we celebrate today, may this ceremony provide some needed closure as we symbolically mark the end of this chapter and savor the memories of a season marked by deep personal and intellectual transformation. As you venture beyond this place, may you keep in mind the words of President McKean, who reminds us that a Bowdoin education is not for your private advantage, but rather for the benefit of society. As you encounter injustice and inequity in your future communities and workplaces, may you respond with moral clarity, courage, and commitment to the common good. And as you encounter the inevitable struggles that life will bring, may you recall the hard-won wisdom you have gained through the challenges you have successfully navigated here. I ask all this in a spirit of love and hope. May it be so.
Please remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Please be seated. Good morning. I am Scott Perper, class of 1978 and chair of the Bowdoin College Board of Trustees. On behalf of all the Board of Trustees, it is my honor to welcome everyone to the 219th Commencement of Bowdoin College. This morning, we gather to honor the members of the class of 2024, who soon will be graduates of one of the most distinguished colleges in the country. I would like to take a moment now, as we do at every trustee meeting, to recognize a young man who's not here today, but who was among our graduates 10 years ago. Evan Gershkovich, Bowdoin class of 2014. Evan was detained by Russia's Federal Security Service on charges of espionage in March 2023, marking the first time since the Cold War that a journalist working for an American media outlet had been arrested on charges of spying in Russia. I would ask everyone to now loudly applaud Evan so he can, if not here, at least feel our support while held in Lorfotova prison. Thank you, and I know Evan thanks you too. Seniors, you certainly have had a unique journey at Bowdoin College, one unlike any class before you. You arrived on a rainy August day in 2020, greeted by a massed welcoming committee that quickly whisked you away to 14 days of isolation. Your experience culminates now on this spectacularly sunny Brunswick day under the pines, closely gathered with friends and family to celebrate your education and your graduation. I hope that as you reflect on your time at Bowdoin, the offer of the college holds true, that you indeed now carry the keys of the world's library in your pocket, and that in making a host of friends that will last a lifetime, you have also made countless enduring memories. I vividly remember sitting where you are now, 46 years ago, listening to someone who is now me. I suspect these 4 years feel like they have flown by for you, just as I felt they had for me on that day. But isn't that an important life lesson? Time flies, and your memories endure. As you leave this campus, treasure time. Don't waste it. Go out into the world and use that precious asset to generate new and lasting memories, whether it's through your job, attending graduate school, building a family, having life adventures, or wherever your dreams take you. Go generate remembrances you can carry with you throughout your life that give you a great sense of accomplishment, pride, and most importantly, provide happiness. Now take a moment to look across this beautiful historic quad. Our college is not only the oldest in the state of Maine, it is older than the state itself, with an identity and history that is inextricably linked to this extraordinary place. Walking this campus for 4 years, living as a member of the Brunswick community, and among the fine people of the Mid-Coast region are important and memorable parts of the Bowdoin experience. So it is customary at commencement for the college to invite a representative of the state to bring greetings to our seniors. This morning, we have the privilege of hearing from Anna Cox, a member of the class of 2024 and a proud citizen of Maine. From the town of Bowdoinham, just 15-minute drive from campus. An economics major and visual arts minor, Anna was a WBOR radio host and co-leader of the Nightingale Society. And she says her time with residential life, last year as a proctor and this year as head resident assistant, stands out as particularly meaningful and important to her. Anna is here to speak about what makes Maine and its people so special, and how you, the class of 2024, can now take those values with you out into the world. Please join me in welcoming Anna Cox, who will deliver greetings from the state of Maine.
All right. Thank you to everyone who traveled near and far today to celebrate the class of 2024. I am honored to extend warm greetings from my home state, Maine. Maine is beautiful, with a tidal coastline of 3,478 miles. Just like the tide pools along our long, rocky coast, Maine is filled with little treasures. Some treasures that are loved amongst Bowdoin students include Simpson's Point, the Giant Stairs, and Sewell Pond. While I could go on and on about how picture-perfect Maine is, what I find so special about Maine is the people that we call Mainers. The people of Maine are resilient. The so-called spring semesters we have recently experienced at Bowdoin are just a taste of the nor'easters and ice storms that don't seem to discourage Mainers from sticking around year after year. Despite the power company's best efforts, Mainers are often left without power for as long as a week at a time. When my house loses power, I don't hear complaints from my family. Just, where are the candles? And don't flush the toilet. No matter what comes their way, Mainers can always weather the metaphorical or literal storm. The people of Maine are selfless. Neighbors are happy to help clear trees from the road, fix leaky roofs, and shovel driveways, with no expectation of anything in return. You often don't even have to ask. Neighbors just show up, willing to help. If you're lucky like me, they might come bearing gifts from their vegetable gardens. Always willing to lend a helping hand or chainsaw, Mainers are the people you can count on in any situation. The people of Maine are stubborn, at least according to my friend from Maine. When she said this, we laughed before agreeing that the term determined is a more flattering alternative. Maine is filled with hard workers, farmers whose days are long, small business owners who wear many hats, and the fishermen who made it possible for a lobster to be on your plate just last night. Mainers always see a project through. Over these last 4 years, the class of 2024 has faced great challenges. These challenges have only helped us to grow into better people. The pandemic made us resilient. Because we only had each other during our first semester, we learned to be selfless and to support one another. We have been determined, and yes, maybe stubborn, in our pursuit to make the best of our education under any circumstances. To my classmates, congratulations on everything that each of you has accomplished during your time here. As you take this next step in your lives, remember these qualities that you learned in Maine and use them for the common good. I'm proud to call all of you my peers. Be proud to call yourself a Mainer. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Good morning, class of 2024. Welcome to the 219th Commencement of Bowdoin College. Welcome to our trustees, faculty, staff, and alumni. Welcome to our honorary degree recipients. Welcome to the Brunswick community. Welcome to family and friends of this class who have come from all over the country and all over the world to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2024. Every graduation is special, but I think this graduation is particularly so. You are the class, the Bowdoin class of 2024. But most of you were also from the high school class of 2020. You graduated from high school in the early months of the pandemic and did not have the opportunity to gather in public with your high school classmates. Yours is a class that did not have a typical senior year of high school, nor did you have a typical first year of college. That is why it feels particularly sweet to be able to celebrate this moment with you. And as we celebrate, I want to recognize the support and encouragement of your families and loved ones, and to thank those who believe in you and who are celebrating your achievements. I also want to acknowledge the pivotal role played by our dedicated faculty and staff who have challenged you, inspired you, cared for you, and guided you along the way with their expertise, patience, and genuine investment in your experience here and your success. I know from my conversations with you that you join me in that sentiment. I am grateful to have the opportunity to share a few reflections on your class on this past year and perhaps offer a few words of advice. This is a class full of amazing individuals who are impressive scholars, artists, writers, athletes, leaders, and advocates. The class of 2024 includes 3 Watson Fellows, more than 20 Fulbrights, and many other national award winners. Your academic endeavors have generated original research, some of which has even been published. Your creative performances have awed, challenged, and impressed your audiences. Your athletic accomplishments have been recognized by the NESCAC and the NCAA. Your leadership of organizations and clubs has made Bowdoin a stronger community. Your activism over a wide range of issues has pushed us to have difficult conversations as we imagine and strive for a better world. But when I look at you today, it's not the impressive individual accomplishments that I want to highlight, but rather it's the quiet, persistent, collective work that you have done to become a class that has supported and celebrated each other during some challenging times. A recent article in the Orient explored how your class experienced Bowdoin differently because of the pandemic. I was struck by the stories some of you shared about how challenging those earlier years were. I am grateful for the honesty shared in that article. I don't discount those challenges for 1 second. And as a society, I imagine that we will be reckoning with the consequences of those years for a very long time. But as someone who has only known you for a year and who was not here for your first years at Bowdoin, perhaps I can hold a mirror up to you to show you what I see in the class of 2024. I hear from alumni all the time about how the bonds they formed at Bowdoin have continued to sustain them. And I believe the way you entered Bowdoin has helped you build even stronger bonds, perhaps stronger than you know. You had to make your own traditions and practices. You had to form your own communities. You had to navigate your first year here without upper-class students to show you the way. What I have the privilege of seeing every day are the results of those efforts. When I see you sharing meals and laughter in the dining halls, when I hear from faculty about your thoughtful efforts to deeply engage with and learn from each other, when I see you cheering each other on at performances and athletic events, when I have conversations with groups of you about very complex and challenging issues, or about the most recent book you've read or trail you've explored. I also know that some of the most meaningful experiences you've had over these past 4 years are ones I can't see, including the hours you spent perfecting a piece of art or a performance, puzzling over a problem set, collaborating with your lab partners, debating in the classroom, revising a paper, practicing a language, reading a challenging text. Because of the ideas, theories, problems, and questions that you have explored individually and collectively these past 4 years, you are a different person than you were when you arrived here 4 years ago. And Bowdoin is a different place than it was before you contributed your voice to the conversation that is a Bowdoin education. You can't open a newspaper today without seeing an article about various crises in higher education, often one that includes quotes about how being a college president is the worst job in the world. I don't recognize my experience in those articles. I have to say that I find this to be an incredibly meaningful and joyful job. Not every minute of every day, to be sure, but most minutes and most days. And that is because of all of you. It gives me enormous hope to see how committed you are to building a better world, to see you tackle the problems of the world with such energy and creativity. And it gives me enormous hope, enormous joy, to see the relationships you've built with each other, with your professors and staff members. In her book, The Writing Life, Annie Dillard says, "How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. What we do with this hour and that one is what we are doing." So today, my words of advice are to spend your hours and days, and thus your lives, in a position of curiosity and generosity, in search of meaning and joy. I see you do that here every day, and I have every confidence that you will continue on this path. As we close the academic year, let me thank Bowdoin faculty for all their hard work throughout the year. I wish you a restorative summer as you continue your scholarship, research, and creative work. And let me thank our spectacular staff for everything you do all year. And to you, the class of 2024, congratulations, and please take with you our very best wishes, our deep pride in your accomplishments, and our faith in your ability to live lives of meaning and joy. I can't wait to see what all of you do. Please come back and visit. This place is yours forever. Thank you. We are joined today by the family of Charlotte Billingsley, her father, Jim Billingsley, who is a member of the Bowdoin class of 1984, and her younger brother, Latham, and younger sister, Campbell. Charlotte, a member of the class of 2024, died in a tragic accident in the Dominican Republic in December of 2022. Charlotte was an excellent student, a physics major. She had plans to pursue a doctorate in biomedical engineering. She was also pursuing a minor in Arabic and spent the fall of 2022 in Amman, Jordan, studying the Arabic language and Jordanian culture and teaching English to young Syrian refugees. I want to share a few of the things Charlotte's professors and classmates have said about her. I read these in an Orient article and found them to be so moving. One professor described Charlotte as the kind of student who made me feel like I always had a friend in the room. Empathetic, kind, of course, smart, she was easy and interesting to talk to. Another said, "It was fabulous to watch her explore and just figure things out and get it done." Classmates have described her as patient and selfless, as a reliable and considerate friend, as someone who was always calm and put together and prepared, and as a devoted sister. Another friend described her as just an amazing, genuinely kind, and thoughtful person who brought joy to a lot of people. Charlotte was engaged in the life of the college in many ways and had a strong connection to the community. She led the community immersion orientation trip to Presque Isle, Maine, and volunteered for organizations including Bear Buddies, the Bowdoin Public Health Club, and Bowdoin Bear Pals. She was also a leader in our rowing team. Awarded a gold medal at the 2022 New England Rowing Championships, Charlotte was, her coach said, the ultimate teammate in pursuing her competitive goals with quiet determination, humility, and a selfless attitude. Jim, Latham, and Campbell, we are honored to have you with us today. I invite you to come forward to accept a diploma in memoriam for Charlotte, who will always be part of Bowdoin and part of the class of 2024. It's my great pleasure to introduce to you the first of two student speakers this morning and the winner of this year's Class of 1868 prize, Dylan Richmond. Dylan is a dance and English double major from Madison, Connecticut. Many of us were lucky enough to see his two mesmerizing and inspiring dance performances this past year. His honors project, entitled "I Am Burying Myself in the Mouth of the Sun," reflected Dylan's deep knowledge of Black performance literature, and his gifts as a choreographer, performer, and poet. He began research for this project as a Mellon Mays undergraduate fellow. Dylan describes the Mellon Mays Fellowship as the most surprising and enriching experience he's had at Bowdoin, one that has opened his eyes to the myriad possibilities of pursuing his interests in graduate school. He said that he can't imagine his Bowdoin experience without the mentorship, community, access, and character building he experienced through the Mellon Mays program. Dylan has also been a leader on campus. He helped form Cowboys, Bowdoin's hip-hop dance group, and has been at the core of the Nightingale Society, Bowdoin's poetry club. Dylan is committed to the enrichment, education, and mentoring of others on campus. Dylan plans to continue that path in a number of ways going forward. This summer, he'll be working here for the Mellon Mays Fellowship Program as a mentor. His long-term goal is to pursue a PhD in critical dance or performance studies, become a public scholar, and perhaps create a dance company. Earlier this month, I had the joy of presenting him with the President's Award in recognition of his many contributions to the student experience at Bowdoin. Dylan, I think you will have such an impact on the world. His talk is called White Pines. Please join me in welcoming Dylan Richmond.
President Zaki, members of the college, and guests. The day I arrived here, it was raining. The trees, dense with water, leaned an intense, crooked degree away from the sky, and I couldn't quite look them in the eyes. The day after I arrived here, my best friend called me. He said, "Be yourself." The second day after I arrived here, a man at a gas station called me a slur. I walked swollen through Hannaford's lamplit parking lot and finally cried in front of a cafe dawned with a rooster. On that second day after, I feel like a net, 20 feet wide, catching every sharp edge in the air. By the end of the week, I get called by the wrong name and buy into the fact of being uncalled for, and call my dad about a ketchup stain, and buy my first snack at the C-store. It's dried mango, and I chew, and I chew, and I'm at Costco with my mom. As we share a free sample, she says it's like a piece of Trinidad on her tongue. It's the first time she's mentioned it in a while. I finish the bag like it's my favorite story. The next month, I find myself eating alone, dancing, mostly dancing, sitting on swings, fidgeting with rings, trying weird machines at the gym because if it's there, should probably use it, right? Poorly flirting, poorly deciphering between being intrigued or offended, poorly suspended on my pinky toe on the line between platonic and romantic eye contact, poorly hovering above the bubbling pool of lava called socialization, going back to my room to watch Glee. The year after, forming little platoons, wearing your corduroy jacket like it is perfume, assuming an arsenal of arms who can hold my secrets next to my love of maps and big cats and orange juice and really sweet wine and the archipelago that is the human spine, and pushing the crosswalk sign when there are no cars, because if it's there, I should probably use it, right? I spend a lot of time with the trees. I'm splayed out, gazing up at one on the quad, and a boy approaches me. He's a senior, I think I've seen around, and he asks me if I know what type of tree it is. I shake my head and think, oh my God, you can't even sunbathe at a PWI and protect your peace? But then he tells me to count the needles in each bundle, 5, like a hand. When the wind comes, he says, it's like each is waving hello. Yesterday, the morning pawed at the evergreens, the light making its way through its routine like a gentle commuter. Excuse me, pardon me. The strong breeze smelled of shifting weather, falling feathers, and the endeavor of tethers about to be tested. The tree trunk stood tall and as still as ever, but the needles. I waved back. Today I am here and I feel like a net, 20 feet wide, catching every simple joy in the air. I am flattered by everything, and everything seems to flatter me. I love how Main Street is a pun. How blatantly the squirrels wait for crumbs, how impatiently my loved ones wait for the sun. The late night cleaner in Pickard Theater who once gave me a thumbs up. The savers of the stunned birds and the shuttle drivers. The professors like pearl divers, and the dancers and the poets, and the people in love, and the people who show it. I love every seagull mistaken for an egret, every sunset that renders its witness a silhouette, all of the people who fight for people, people they have never even met. I love every footstep, every finger extending, every spider spared and brought to every garden, every start and every ending. Today, I am here. Today, I am grateful. Today, I'd like to invite you all to take a deep breath with me. Remember your body, what it has taught you. Remember where it has brought you and where there is still to go. And consider all of the love inside, poised. Consider, if it's there, we should probably use it, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Dylan. It's now my great pleasure to introduce you to the second of our two student speakers this morning, the winner of this year's Goodwin Commencement Prize, Colleen Doucette. Colleen is an English and economics major with a government and legal studies minor from Parma, Ohio. In her time at Bowdoin, she's been involved with a variety of teams, student publications, and performances, but she credits several in particular with teaching her resilience, leadership, and the importance of community. As captain of the undefeated women's rugby team, Colleen is quick to praise her teammates, their dedication, skill, and support. Her teammates are equally quick to praise Colleen for her leadership on and off the field, for her infectious positivity and optimism. Colleen came to Bowdoin expecting to study finance, but as she puts it, after one English class, I was hooked. Today, she is a poet, poetry scholar, and winner of the Academy of American Poets Colette Inez Poetry Prize. She highlights Professors Rahimtullah's Modern American Poetry class as her most transformative academic experience at Bowdoin. Colleen describes the course in this way: I felt my consciousness actively expand. I was able to interpret and explain research papers that were incomprehensible when I first encountered them. I learned and grew at such a rapid pace in this class that it felt physical, like a hunger. Colleen can and will start a conversation with anyone. I know this from experience. She will be especially missed by her colleagues in dining services, who, with great pride, praised her generous spirit and open-heartedness. After graduation, Colleen will work in Portland, Maine, for the advertising agency VIA, and she plans to pursue an MFA in creative writing within a few years. This morning, Colleen will share with us how, following their unusual arrival in the fall of 2020, the class of 2024 had to reframe and reimagine their Bowdoin experience. Her talk is called The Skeleton Architecture of Our Bowdoin. Please join me in welcoming Colleen Doucette.
That's my best friend, Philip. Thank you, Philip. President Zaki, members of the college, and guests. Imagine, it is 2020 and you are spending the bulk of your life in a dorm on a Zoom screen. Your day starts by checking the COVID-19 status level, which will determine if you can spend more than 1 hour outside. Twice a week, you will stick a long Q-tip up your nose, and if you are me, you will sneeze. Every time. In our first long-awaited in-person meeting, Professor Martin recounted a story that left me with a valuable lesson about this time. During class earlier that day, the whiteboard wasn't working, and without hesitation, a student had leaped onto a large seminar table to help fix the projector. She found this encounter incredibly unusual. Apparently, standing on tables, even in the service of being helpful, was not Bowdoin student etiquette. But we were here alone, with no upper-class students to show us classroom norms. We were gifted a fresh start, a blank page. We had no choice but to problem solve with creativity and flexibility, even if that involved a table. So we created a new, more caring community. Campus-wide conversations about accessibility and mental health expanded. Sports teams adopted DEI plans, and student activists organized on campus. Simultaneously, we explored who we were as human beings, and, true to the offer of the college, we changed. I went from a young student whose only goal was financial stability to an English major obsessed with words, poetry, and language. As I read scholars like Audre Lorde, I watched my world reflect the one she sculpted. She writes, "Poetry is not only dream and vision. It is the skeleton architecture of our lives. It lays the foundation for a future of change, a bridge across our fears of what has never been before." In these words, it clicked. The class of 2024 had been placed into a fearful unknown, and in response, we were poets. We laid the foundation for a space we had never been in, for experiences we had yet to embark on. We created the skeleton architecture of our Bowdoin. Eventually, upper-class students returned. They told us about the traditions and social hierarchies we were neglecting. But we understood that the status quo reinforces exclusion, and renewal is essential for growth. We recognized that a version of the common good was built before we arrived, so we fought for its revival in literary magazines, alternative spring break trips, and more. Through this fight, we realized that our first-year lesson was a gift. It is easy to view the world through a jaded lens. Its traditions are deeper, more violent, and rooted in systems that place unequal value on human life. It's a world where a girl my age, like me, dreams of a graduate program to study poetry. But her English building, all English buildings, have been reduced to rubble. This is why we will use the keys of the world's library to think critically about ethical and human rights issues, the climate crisis, and existing structures of power. This is why we will erase what no longer serves us and root our communities in love and empathy. I urge you all, stand on the table to make your point. Stand on the table to expand your view. Stand on the table for those whose table has been destroyed. I believe you, my classmates, my loved ones, will change this world because you've already changed Bowdoin, and you've already changed me. Thank you.
President Zaki, the President and the Board of Trustees have voted 3 honorary degrees to be awarded in accordance with the authority vested in you by the Board. As Chair of the Board of Trustees, I have the honor to present for the degree of Doctor of Music, Ryan Speedo Green.
Ryan Speedo Green, gifted bass baritone, 3-time Grammy Award winner, and acclaimed artist at the world's leading opera houses. You delight audiences, and now the class of 2024, with your rich, deep, and velvety voice. With fine artistry, you balance the vocal and dramatic demands of extraordinary works of art to convey joy, fear, hope, compassion, and willpower. Here at Bowdoin, you also inspire us with your powerful life story, an unlikely journey from juvenile detention and solitary confinement to the threshold of opera stardom. Your story represents the transformative power of great mentors, like Betty Hughes, your 4th grade teacher, who is here with us today, and Robert Brown. And Robert Brown, your voice teacher, who I'm sure is here in spirit. They lovingly taught you to have the confidence to be anything you wanted to be. And at just 15, when you saw African-American mezzo-soprano Denise Graves starring at Carmen at the Metropolitan Opera, you became determined to sing that at that stage on that one day. In opera, you found purpose, passion, and a true sense of belonging, not without defying many misconceptions. Opera carries complex racial and class connotations, posing daunting challenges for singers of color. But through sheer will and perseverance, you are now taking on increasingly demanding roles, including Escamillo in Carmen, at the very stage you once dreamed of singing. But you are now giving voice to current and relevant stories that resonate with broader communities. Now, full house audiences, notably more diverse, go to the Met to see you playing the roles of Emile Griffith in Champion and Charles in Fire Shut Up in My Bones by Terence Blanchard, the first African-American composer to be staged at the Met. Your own story of resilience and your powerful voice enhance the depth and resonance of characters like Charles, especially in moments like the storm scene, when he, overcoming a life of trauma and hardship, passionately sings. There once was a storm when I was young, but still I grow, still I remain. My roots run deep. I draw my strength from underneath. I bend, I don't break, I sway. Speedo, your artistry, your courage, and the uplifting example of your personal journey continue to inspire us as you transform the world of opera. President Zaki, on behalf of the college, I am honored to present Ryan Speedo Green for the degree of Doctor of Music, honoris causa.
Ryan Speedo Green, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Music, honoris causa.
President Zaki, as chair of the Board of Trustees, I have the honor to present for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, Maria Hinojosa.
Buenos días. Good morning. In an homage to the trajectory and the commitment of our honoree to bilingual broadcasting, this citation will be read in Spanish and in English. En 1962, cuando María de Lourdes Hinojosa Ojeda ingresó por primera vez a los Estados Unidos desde México, en brazos de su madre, un oficial de inmigración intentó detenerla. Su madre, quien resistió para mantener unida a su familia, no podía imaginar que su coraje estaba inspirando a la más confiable testigo de la experiencia de los migrantes en la historia reciente de los Estados Unidos. In 1962, when María de Lourdes Hinojosa Ojeda first entered the United States from Mexico in her mother's arms, an immigration officer attempted to detain her. Her mother, who bravely stood to keep her family together, couldn't imagine her courage was inspiring the most reliable witness to the migrant experience in recent American history. Graduada de Barnard College, Hinojosa ha sido periodista y productora de los siguientes medios. A graduate of Barnard College, Hinojosa has been a journalist and producer for media such as NPR, WNBC, CNN, CBS, and PBS. Ha sido profesora también. She has taught in DePaul University and her alma mater. Pionera en la cobertura de y desde las comunidades latinas en los Estados Unidos, María es el corazón de Latino USA y la fundadora de la productora sin fines de lucro Futuro Media. A pioneer in reporting about and by Latinx communities in the US, she is the head of Latino USA for NPR and the founder of the production nonprofit Futuro Media. In her spare time, she has also written 4 books. Mientras tanto, ha escrito 4 libros. Su compromiso con la rigurosa búsqueda de la verdad ha sido reconocido con los siguientes premios. Her commitment to rigorous truth-telling has been recognized by many awards, including 4 Emmys, the John Chancellor Award, the Studs Terkel Community Media Award, 2 Robert F. Kennedy Awards, the Edward Murrow Lifetime Achievement Award, a Peabody Award, and a Pulitzer Prize. We're still counting. Desde cubrir a los neoyorquinos multirraciales perdidos el 11 de septiembre, hasta exponer las atrocidades de las operaciones de deportación y los centros de detención de ICE, el trabajo de Hinojosa demuestra que la historia de la resiliencia de los migrantes es la historia de los Estados Unidos. From covering the multiracial New Yorkers lost on 9/11 to exposing the atrocities of ICE's removal operations and detention centers, Hinojosa's work demonstrates that the history of migrants' resilience is the history of America. La historia de David Suave González, seguida por Hinojosa durante más de 2 décadas, destaca su talento para desvelar la humanidad de todos los sujetos. Sentenciado a cadena perpetua a los 17 años, Suave fue liberado 30 años después, cuando la Corte Suprema declaró inconstitucionales las sentencias de por vida automáticas para menores. Suave se convirtió en el protagonista del podcast ganador del premio Pulitzer de Hinojosa y es ahora el productor de su segunda temporada. The story of David Suave González, followed by Hinojosa for over 2 decades, highlights her talent for unfolding the humanity of her subjects. Sentenced to life at 17, Suave was released 30 years later when the Supreme Court ruled unconstitutional automatic life sentences for minors. He became the protagonist of the Pulitzer Prize-winning podcast by Hinojosa and is now the producer of his second season. María, estamos profundamente agradecidos por los límites que has expandido y los caminos que seguirás abriendo para muchas de nosotras. We are deeply grateful for the boundaries you have expanded and the pathways you will continue to open for many of us. President Psaki, it is my honor to present María Hinojosa for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters on behalf of Bowdoin College.
Maria Hinojosa, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
President Psaki, as chair of the Board of Trustees, I have the honor to present for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, David J. Rue.
David Rue, visionary investor, innovative entrepreneur, and focused philanthropist. You ushered in a new era in investing in technology, and now you are ushering in a new era in investing in Maine. Fresh out of Harvard Business School, you co-founded the first commercial CD-ROM publishing company, Daytext, later sold to Lotus. That success jump-started a career that would take you to top positions at Lotus, at Oracle, and then at Liberated Technologies. When you and your partners left your corporate jobs to establish Silver Lake, a private equity firm that would invest in a different type of tech company than the startups targeted by venture capital, it was a bet that was big and bold, and it paid off handsomely. Silver Lake became one of the biggest private equity firms in the world, and you had the means to apply your creative thinking not just to your business, but to other changes that you and your wife, Barbara, wanted to affect in the world. You have said that for you, philanthropy must be meaningful, fundamental, and be something that I could do something about. At Bowdoin, we were a beneficiary of that thinking in 2015 when you created a President's Discretionary Fund with a $10 million gift. That gift funded our Rue Center for the Environment, accelerating interdisciplinarity and supporting environmental learning and teaching at Bowdoin. In 2020, Northeastern University announced the launch of the Rue Institute in Portland, backed by a $100 million gift from you and Barbara. The program will be built at Northeastern, and the benefits will be Maine's and Northern New England's, but the idea was all yours. The innovation economy cannot exist in just a handful of cities. It must be brought to cities all over the country, and it must begin with education and cutting-edge technology skills building. Your strategic, thoughtful, and deeply intentional approach to investing is reflected in the way you invest in people, programs, and ideas. We are fortunate that you are tied to both Bowdoin and Maine by your family and your upbringing, a leader who sees change coming through chaos and complexity, a philanthropist who gives generously your intellect, ideas, and resources to many causes, and a board member whose wisdom and big thinking make every organization you serve better. You offer Maine a gift of technological and economic sea change with your vision. President Zaki, on behalf of the college, I am honored to present David J. Rue for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
David J. Rue, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I now confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. It is a tradition for the president of your class to offer some remarks, and I'm so pleased to introduce your class president, Melissa Sue. Melissa, woohoo. Melissa is a mathematics and religion double major. One of my colleagues called her the epitome of a liberal arts student, having enthusiastically pursued a wide range of interests while deepening her understanding of their relevance to one another. She has been president of her class for the past 2 years and has worked as a chemistry lab learning assistant and an upward-bound math tutor. In her spare time, she is a member of the intramural basketball team, Comeback Season. This season, her team posted a winning record of 6-3. Melissa plans to study medicine. She served as a peer health leader and a student wellness assistant. She's committed to increasing accessibility to healthcare and resources and to reducing barriers to healing, health, and well-being. Kate Nicholson, who runs the wellness program here at Bowdoin, says this about Melissa. She does not just study chemical reactions. She is a catalyst for health leadership that is innovative and equitable. I can't wait to hear what she has to say. Please join me in welcoming your class president, Melissa Sue.
President Zaki, faculty, staff, and the unique class of 2024. Thank you all for being here. If you had told me 4 years ago of all the immense knowledge we would gain in college, of all the highs and lows, I definitely would have said you were crazy. Considering the impact of COVID on our years here, it's safe to say that we have gone through an unconventional experience at Bowdoin. But despite what many would call odd socialization, what stands out to me are the many communities our class has managed to impact and craft. I'd like you all to reflect on your first experiences here at Bowdoin. I remember being dropped off at Osher Hall by my mom, dad, and brother, and waving goodbye to them through a glass window. I remember eating dinner alone in my Osher double that first night. But don't be fooled, it wasn't all so bad. I also remember going on a walk with Clara Juergens, the person who would end up being my roommate and best friend for the next 3 years. I even remember sitting in my first year writing seminar, taught by Professor Morrison, in a tent, of course, where my interest in religious studies was sparked. Class of 2024, my point here is that although our years have been fraught with moments of isolation, we have still managed to make a formative impact on campus and have created communities to last a lifetime. I hope you will all look back, not just on your experiences here at Bowdoin, but on your experiences in every community you have been a part of. Lisa and Ba, my lovely parents, both refugees from Vietnam who came to America with nothing, I attribute my success to you both. My classmates, who have been inspiring leaders, athletes, artists, advocates, and intellectuals, I attribute my success to you all. And alumni, the group which we are about to join, who have given many of us guidance, have cheered on our successes quietly. I attribute my success to you all. As we move forward, it is imperative that we remember these communities and their contributions to our wonderful growth. Moving on to the next stages of our lives, I hope we can all recognize the lasting impact that we could have on those who come after us. Bowdoin is certainly known for its ability to create tight-knit communities, and I believe our class is remarkable evidence of that. Class of 2024, thank you all for joining me on this journey and for contributing to such a wonderful community. Congratulations to us all.
Thank you, Melissa. All seniors, please rise. Honored colleague, these young people whom the faculty deem worthy of the first degree in arts, I now present to you so that, if you so direct, I may admit them to that degree. Is this your will?
It is.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I now admit you to the first degree in arts and do grant and confer upon you all the rights, privileges, honors, and dignities pertaining to that degree. Being so admitted, you may now receive these diplomas.
Ahmad Adib Abdul Wadud. Barakat Sentayu Abibi. Eugene Acevedo. Francisco Adrian Adame Perez. Coulter Albert Tabola Adams. Morgan Adams. Caleb Patrick Adams Hull. Arav Agarwal in absentia. Julissa Rose Aguilar. Nicholas Xavier Aguillon. Corinne Lucette Ahern. Nathaniel On. Mariam A. Akramova. Karen Nashika Akwe. Philip William Naja Almatawali. Jenna Marie Albanese. Liesel Allen. Christopher Dylan Altoff. Lyle Alchel. Tiffany Ambriz Duran. Samuel Walter Angevine. Brian Alexander Arcentales Salinas. Julia Elizabeth Arsenault. Brooke Emily Asherman. Lexi Ritchie Ashraf. Thea J. Aslanian. Ingrid Astley. Cami Sue Atsity. Jeffrey Imali Atulio. Matthew Cesar Audi. Jose M. Avila. Joshua Darius Baba. Miranda Sarai Baker. Marie Natasha Parampana Masuka. Ethan Harmanis Barnard. Justin David Barr. Cassidy A. Bateman. Parker Conger Beatty. Zeb Becker. Zoe Becker. Isaac G. Bediaco. Devin Thomas Bellevue. Kian Amara Benjamin. Ezra Quinn Berman. Samaya Dakota Bernardo. Oliver Albright Bernstein. Jordan Ashlyn Ray Birmingham. Sophia Osborne Blaha. May Leah Bach. Andrew Bowl. Zane Matthew Bookbinder. Zachary Edward Borden. Libby Taylor Booton. Ethan Bradley. Tristan Bradley. Astrid Knowles Braun. Matthew Philip Braver. Samara Kane Braverman. Joseph David Brink. Jack William Bristol. Cesar Yvonne Brito Trinidad. Thomas Wadsworth Brockett. Liliana Browder. Juliana Hellman Brown. Nicholas Vincent Brown. Samantha Ray Brown. Silas Armstrong Brown. Hannah Marie Buckout. August Joan Burke. William Charles Byrne. Emma Keon Cahill. Josephina Jean Keiko. Patrick Callahan. Aiden Paul Carey. Annika Renee Carey. Reed Ladd Carlman. Katrina Lila Carrier. Alan Casey. Elsa Semolina Cassidy. Alondra Castillo. Eben J. Charles. Luke Ryan Chessie. Daniel Buyan Chi. Parker Joseph Childs. Olivia Sewan Choi. Stephanie Kiana Chun. Isabella Davis Cisneros. Noah Isaiah Clack. Kevin Patrick Clark. Nathan Hathaway Clark. Jill Catherine Clunan. George Ann Kutzer. Cameron Coffey. Andrew Charles Cohen. Sarah Grace Conant. Aiden Cole Connerly. Juliana Elizabeth Renee Covey. Jordan Elizabeth Cowger. Anna Walker Cox. Quinn Carson Cox. Timothy Michael Cronin. Virginia Louise Cummins. Renaya Valentina Daly. Heldana Hapta Daniel. Raul Dasgupta. Cairo Da Silva. Sabrina Fajeda Da Silva. Tess Margaret Davis. Eric Hansen DeGodney. Christopher Matthew Denny. Kira Elizabeth Dent. Noah Harrison Damaris. Eli George Derate. Anna Diakonou. Mia Karine Diaz. Kai Alessandro de Granda. Lily Dinsmore. Gizam Doan. Bennett Warren Donahue. Justin Ray Dong. Kavya Lakshmi Dorswamy. Colleen Lynn Doucette. Brady Douglas. Cora Dow. Katie Stebbins Drager. Boyana Draka. Joanne Du. Lucas Mikel Defala. Keegan S. Duffy. Victoria Y. Dunphy. Jai Anise Duval. Andre Eden. Isabella Adeze Egwanwu. Lauren Elizabeth Eisenhart. Avery C. Ellis. Zachary John Ennis. Carolina Esmeralda Escobar. In absentia. Madison Victoria Evasius. James Edward Eisenbach. Lillian Kaylee Fanberg. Greta Sophia Farkas. Mishka Karen Fenelon. Noensi Sissy Fong. Ileana Fernandez. Ebe Figueroa. Julia Catherine Mills Alice Fiore. Berenice Garcia Flores. Jack Flores. Emma Earth Folkman. Will Forrest. Emma Fortier. Ash Fowler. Marcus Daniel Gadsden. Timothy Galamaga. Charlie Joseph Galicic. Jonas Gabre Xavier. Charlotte Graham Gears. Raymond Eugene George IV. Paige Catherine Gill. Darian Seth Gillespie. Jessica Catherine Giorgio. Nathanael Gissaw. Zach Mo Goffin. Cassandra Diane Goldberg. Nina Elizabeth Goldthwaite. Megan Eileen Gonzalez. Zach Gorno. Shoshana Nan Gordon. Seamus Oron Ray Golden. Ava Julia Farrow Granfield. Sarah Emily Greenberg. Grant Gordon Griesman. Sean I. Groenstein. Rossthorn Carl Grundy. Chungkai Gu. Ming Guo. Natasha Haft. Caroline Song Hallmark. Vincent Warren Hahn. Wilder May Harwood. Nina Hashimoto. Daniel Justin Cutman Haskell. Ayana Sophie Hatton. Jack Lawrence Havner. Sydney Lane Hayes. Sarah Nicole Hayward. Jane Charlotte Hirschman. Sophia Helena Hurst. Adelaide May Hawking. Lauren Allison Hoagland. Everett Cameron Horch. Jacob Clayton Horrigan. Jillian Garner Horton. Connor Jacob Havenden. Charlotte Allison Howie. Justin Huang. Eleanor Simons Huntington. Amina Ali Hussein. Kate Yamamoto Ashida. Liam Vincent Jaquetta. Emily McCoy Jacobs. Max Joseph Jacobs. Junha Jang. Ashley Catherine Jasbeck. Faith Alden Jennings. Clara Marie Jurgens. Henry Walker Jodka. Emily Ruth Jones. Ezra Logan Jones. Tyreek D. Jones Garland. Jared Stephen Joyce. Julian Alexander Wantarena. Marie Monique Bouyi Kabango. Andrew Kingman Cayley. Isabella Kane. Elizabeth Renee Kaplan. Love Kataria. Rose Eleanor Kelly. Corey Elizabeth Kelly. Anna Sarah Kelly. Renska Kerkhoffs. Catherine Aldrich Kester. Anastasia Kim. Hannah Kim. Olivia Kim. Yewan Kim. Brendan Richard King. Delphine Margulis King. Rachel Klein. Gretchen Lynn Cleanse in absentia. Rory D. Cleaver. Alexander Kozak. Emilia Andriana Krikora. Carl Jonas Gustav Christensen, in absentia. Gavin Ferguson Kursman. Catherine Ramsey Kurtz. Francesca Adri Kusaro. Josh Kwan. Homer Adam LeBranch. Theodore Jean-Pierre Lafontaine Kagan. Carla Del Rosario Lainez. Brian H. Lamb. Maya Ikeda Lamb. Corinne Elizabeth Lamond. Joseph Benedetto Lancia. Samuel Harpendine Lane. Thomas Michael Lang. Lauren Elizabeth Lang. Connor Joseph Latona. Janisha Christine Lee. Zach M. Leibowitz. Sophia Jerway Lee. Liliana Lines. Sophie L. Lipset. Cora Elizabeth Livingston. Isabel Miller Lockhart. Andres Lopez. Brandon Lozano Garay. Calvin Andrew Lucido. Jesse Lycan. Megan Elizabeth Limeburner. Jared Patrick Lynch. David Ma. Aiden Michael McNeil. Agnes Catherine Macy. Eliza Goodfriend Madigan. Sachin Maharaj. Boaz Feder Malakoff. Amory Glenn Malin. Aiton Marcus. Georgia Isles Markella. Brielle Martin. Ella Karen Martin. Ian Alexander Matheson. Cole Holbrook Matthews. Sade Kenaway McLean. Sam Ashlyn McClelland. Stephanie Ruth McCurra. Dove Asher McGuire Burke. Benjamin Kyle McKenzie. Charlie McLarnon. In absentia. Amelia Jo McMillan. Richard John McNamara. Eduardo Alberto Mendoza. Tyler Merritt. Adele Francis Bro Matre. Ingrid Bramley Miller. Jonathan Miller. Talia Rose Morel. Badra Pubitra Misra. Massimo Marius Miyakawa. Kyle Marcus Moeller. Peter Jasper Moore. Paulina Lizeth Morales. Idali Morales Sandoval. Arini Samuel Morcos. Sarah Samuel Morcos. Lily Claire Morley. Ian William Morrison. Michael Mark Moynihan. Abigail Faith Mueller. James Butler Mullen IV. PJ Mullen. Kinza Manoff. Amelia Grace Myers. Adam Charles Nelson. Thomas Patrick Nedesam. On Wynn. Aiden Austin Nickel. Braden Robert Nichols. Sophia Elizabeth Negrovich. Madison Nicole Nortz. Elliot J. Norwood. Ladislas Zeimana. Faye Camille O'Donnell. Afia Uduro Manu. Amira Oleami Oguntoyimbo. Chukwubuikem Richard Ahia. Devin Kathleen O'Loughlin. Jane Emily Olson. Tara O'Malley. Gabriel Ong. Alessandro Matias Orwella. Edmundo Alejandro Ortiz Alvarez. Rin Osatanugra. Ate Osetapan. Nathaniel Chidalu Ekena Oyeka. Abigail Cisneros Puchinsky Hoops. Catherine Grace Page. Aditya Singh Paul Parikh. Sophia Maria Ponser. Carrie Pascal. Bayani Frederick Nilsson Pasquale. Emma Rose Patterson Dennis. River Halsey Bradford Patterson. Samuel Evan Posman. Gabriel Meyer Peckler. Brooks McCown Peters. Aiden Michael Feely. Austin Joseph Feely. Gabrielle Ann Phillips. Jake Tyler Phillips. Mason Phoenix. Dewan Joseph Piper. In absentia. Amari Yushaya Polk. Anissa Francesca Poirier. Sejal V. Prashant. Emily Catherine Pratt. Icy Preem. Lofton Allen Probst. Alexander Brian Rakape. Layla Mira Rafimayeri. Ansh Rayani. Nina Bien Lavanes Ramores. Christine Da Silva Ramos. Jerson De Los Santos Ramos. Ainsley Marin Ramsey. Olivia June Gian Reyes. Hayden Dean Redelman. Vladimir Werner Reed. Aiden Leonard Reed. Christine Marie Reimer. Jonathan Spencer Renard. Zachary Dakota Reynolds. Jackson Han Rowe. Dylan Austin Richmond. Morgan Elizabeth Richter. Noah Lovell Robb. Claire Rachel Roberts. Jesse Tyler Robertson. Andrea Rodriguez Garrido. Alondra Bella Romero. Jeremiah O'Sullivan Rose. Elijah Rubianis. Maximus James Russo, in absentia. Sophia Rose Rutman. Julia Catherine Ryan. Nate Ryan. Eden Grant Salzig. Diana Amelia Sanacela Proaño. Alexandria Elizabeth Savangian. Jonathan Monroe Saylor. Nor Schettino. Emmy Benai Schneider. Robert Bradley Shainthaler. Ellie Catherine Schofield. Elizabeth Ann Schotten. Harrison Frank Schwartz. Jack Seelig. Peyton Joy Semjen. Shay Moran Sewell. Benjamin Clark Sewell Grossman. Dahlia Eve Siegel Zigmund. Stephen George Simos. Michael Quinn Simons Jr. Emily Mae Simons. Hattie Alexandra Sargent Slayton. Morgan Jarrett Smiley. John Otto Soder. Skylar Hinckley Spalding. Alexandra Francis Spear. Leo Felix Spieler. Stephen Reed Staples III, in absentia. Sydney Nicole Starks. Agne Stasukinetia. Carlton Aaron Steinberg. Thomas Allen Steichleather. Brett Malone Stoddard. Andrew Wyatt Stoneman. Emily Todd Stonestreet. Megan Riley Stretch. Jack Arthur Studley. Melissa Hong Tai Su. Sophia Angelina Sudanu. Shay Catherine Sullivan. Nora Onmay Sullivan Horner. William Joseph Sirks. Carolyn Blair Sutliff. Ursula Yulan Z. Megan Aaron Tan. Liam B.R. Tasker. Luke Michael Taylor. Foje Gay R. Tendo. Liat Ganet Tasfagi. Alexander Francois Tesson. Elizabeth Campbell Thomas. Cheyenne Mykara Thompson. Samuel Leonard Lewis Thompson. Josephine Price Tidmore. Luke Samuel Tingley. Diego Torres Ramos. Jacob Matthew Trachtenberg. Lauren Marie Traum. Alexander Patrick Tully. Bella Elizabeth Turk. Gianna Caitlin Turk. Shay Tyrell. Zoe Uhr. Panyasit Ung. Roxana Valdez Verduzco. Karen Arai Van Hassel. Juliana Kais Vandermark. Mia Sophie Vinding. Cameron Britton Wade. Robin Elizabeth Walker Spencer. Greg Wallace. Joy Jiajia Wong.
All right, girl, you did it.
Tianshu Wong. Paul Yusheng Wong. Aiden Clint Ward. Matthew Ward. Steve Ward. William Bird Chesney Warlick. Lucy Watson. Zenobia Michelle Gamelia Weber. Kelvin Ni Okai Welbeck. Lionel Anil Welts. Nicholas Stetson Werner. Liam Timothy Holy. Carson Maitland Williams. Olivia Kathleen Wershing. Maggie Yu Wong. Nancy Zing. Yi Yang. Nicholas Takaki Tianwei Yung. Jordan Jalen Young. Elizabeth Yu. Maggie Zhang. Terry Zhao. Jiang. Terry Jiang. Emily Zhao. Justin Zheng. Enzo Zhu. Carrie Zoe. Tatum Purvis Zupnik.
Please join me in congratulating Bowdoin's newest graduates with a round of applause. Thank you. I hope everyone here today will join us for a celebratory lunch immediately following today's commencement ceremony and recessional march. The luncheon will be held in Farley Field House, which is about a 10-minute walk from here. And our golf cart volunteers are happy to provide rides to and from the luncheon. I now invite vocalists from the class of 2024 to come forward to lead us all in the singing of the alma mater. Audience, please stand if you are able. You will find the words on the last page of your program.
Will guests please move, please remain in their seats until the processional march has passed. The 219th Commencement of Bowdoin College has now concluded.